Yes, 6:11.47 the Brisbane Bears to Carlton 6:9.45 after Carlton led by 17 points at quarter time. It's the Bears by 2 points at half time. The Blues and the Bears both are out on the ground, about to start the second half.
Okay, Clark, thank you. Clark Hansen and Huey Mitchell. Both camps have broken up here at Kardinia Park. The free kicks in the first quarter, 5 to Geelong and 4 to Footscray. Gary Hocking, 10 possessions. Mansfield, 9. Simpson, 9. And Buse, 10. And for Footscray, Collinyook and Foster, 8 apiece. Liberatore, 7. Atkins, 6. Quickie from Stan and Crackers.
Well, there's only two things that are saving this game from being over. We could pack up and go back up the road to Melbourne. The first one is that the Cats have missed many easy shots. 5 goals, 6. It could have easily been 10. And the other thing is I thought that they were dominating this game and winning every position on the ground. My only concern was in the last 10 minutes, they all just wanted to get the ball and do the big, long bomb into the forward line. Now, that's just danger stuff. You can't do that. But they just absolutely dominate this Crackers, aren't they?
Yep, they're just too good at the moment. Great outfit. Their running players are just lovely to just turn up and have a look at them. They've got one in the back line called Kin Hinkley. It's a jewel.
Graham Fallett bounces the ball. It favours Wind, who gets the knock. Socket on by Kellett up towards half forward. He pursues it and he sockers it again and reaches the 50. But out comes Stephen Hocking. Paddles once, twice. Royal actually beating him for pace. Not a couple of Newmarket winners, I wouldn't think. In goes Bairstow, a hand pass to Couch, whose hand pass searches for Hinkley. Doesn't find him, but does find the boundary line. And it's going to be thrown in on the wing, right on the wing, under us. In our elevated commentary position, a steep view down to that near boundary line. In ruck, Wind and Hooper. And Hooper muscles his way to the front, but palms straight to Atkins. Lovely hand pass to Baxter, who's been tagging Couch. He kicks long into half forward. No one able to mark it. Royal might have had it off the pack, but he fumbled. It would have been a scoring chance. Stephen Hocking doesn't fumble. Gets a hand pass to Gary Hocking, who's been starring. Delivers for Mansfield, but the pass is too far for both him and Ford, and is out to the boundary line for another throw-in just alongside of the wing.
No change since quarter time. Geelong 5-6, Footscray 1 goal. We're just a minute and a quarter into this second term. Wind and Stoneham. Stoneham wins down to Atkins though, grabbed by Buse. Loose ball goes back towards Stoneham on the boundary on that highway side. Handball across to Bairstow. Bairstow from the stand kicks in towards 50. Almost a mark there to Merriman. Comes off the pack. Baxter's hand pass, not a good one. It goes to Gary Hocking. Spins out of the Liberatore tackle. Kicks a high one. Where's Brownless? Here he comes. And he gets a bit of a push and shove. But while that's happening, Forsman's marked 35 out directly in front.
Big George. Big George Forsman.
Yes. And he's got the ginger hair. And he's a Collingwood 6-footer, I'd say. I saw Brownless, his eyes were popping out of his head when he saw that high ball coming. He just led into it, and he loves those. But unfortunately, for him, he didn't get it. But fortunately for his team, Forsman did mark it. 35 out, a fading drop punt, which just beats the pack, and it's gone through for a goal. A goal to Forsman, Darren Forsman. The Cats get the first in the second quarter. They're 6-6-42. Footscray 1 goal. Crackers.
Well, he's not a bad little player, Darren Forsman. He started to really got into the side this year, and he doesn't let you down. He's a half-forward flanker who's a left footer and can take a high mark. Stood under a ball then, showed a lot of courage to take that mark. Courage like that is hard to pick up every now and then. Well done, son.
Just what Footscray didn't need. The Cats get the first goal after 2.5 minutes, and they lead by 36 points. From the ball up, Gary Hocking in there, doing the muscle work again and getting it once, twice. A hand pass to Couch. Great work that, Hocking. Couch with the left boot towards Ablett's lead and hits him on the chest. He tried hard to spill it. Took him 2 bites to finish the job. Brownless starts to lead and then doubles back. Ablett tries to drive home the big torp. He's got heaps of distance, but it's offline and out on the full. And the free kick will be taken by Kennedy beside the behind post. He goes short towards Baxter, but he's in trouble because Stoneham in from the side has taken the mark and he's only 40 metres out.
Right half forward flank, Stoneham. Now Brownless is back and, well, there's plenty of marking power down there. Merriman and Mansfield for the crumbs if required. Stoneham kicks. They might need the crumbs. Up goes Brownless, though, and takes it. Right beside the behind post, Billy Brownless. Now, he gets up very quickly, thinking he might go square to someone, and he's still looking, but there's no one there for the moment. And he'll go back another couple of paces, I would think, then just run in, open up the angle, and pop it through, although Couch is at centre-half forward by himself. As he comes in, opens up the angle. There's not a great deal of jubilation from the crowd in the Hickey stand. In fact, he's missed everything and put it out of bounds on the fall. And the free kick will go to Peter Foster in the back pocket.
Might update Carrara. They've started in the second half. Any change, Clark?
Yes, Merritt has just kicked a goal for the Brisbane Bears. 7:11:53 to Carlton. 6:9:45. 2.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
All the Bears since quarter time by the sounds of it. Now the kick taken by Foster lands at half back for Footscray, but Spencer gets a free kick. He's up on the half-forward line this time. He goes towards Brownless. Too far for him. Couch the crumb. Tackled. Hand pass to Merriman. Under pressure. Hand pass to Forsman. Runs into a good tackle from Hunter. Gets a hand pass off towards Simpson, who ran into his own teammate in Mansfield. He's dispossessed. Coming away as Hogg. Puts a hand pass straight to Bairstow, who gives a hand pass very wide to Gary Hocking. Centering kick. Forsman up high, can't mark. It falls to the back. Taken by Simpson. Gets around 1, 2. Lines them up with the left boot. And there's number 7 for the Cats, who are taking Footscray apart. 7-6-48. Footscray 1 straight goal. 13 scoring shots to 1. Simpson's first.
Hugh Worth will be down here soon, and cruelty to dogs.
He's been a nice little pickup for him this year. Sean Simpson too, hasn't he?
Where's he come from, Stan?
Ballarat way, they tell me. But he's had a terrific year. And but the amount of time he had then, he just was able to waltz around and take his time. His only trouble was he didn't know whether to kick it on his right foot or his left foot.
Geelong by 42 points. Centre bounce. A dead heat between the ruckman. A kick in mid-air by Baxter out towards that highway wing will beat the players over for a boundary throw-in. Score check. Geelong 7-6-48. Footscray 1 straight goal. 13 scoring shots to 1. Good crowd here at Godinia Park. Fine day. Conditions good. Just a very slight breeze across the ground from west to east. The boundary throw-in. Knocked down by Hooper, who's there. Poole, who's been reasonably quiet. Running the wrong way. Hand pass to Bairstow off his bootlaces, who flicks the hand pass back to Poole. From 50 he's defending. Kicks the ball up towards Spencer, who takes a very good mark at centre half back. While he's on the ground, hand passes to Hooper, who's got to bend down. He lost it, but he's got tons of time to pick it up and recover and give a hand pass to Buse. Kicks through the centre, up towards Stoneham. We've got a bit of a shove there from Foster, I thought. Emerging is Hogg of Footscray. Through the centre, thought about the hand pass to Liberatore, then decides a kick will be better, which, well, it was to some degree, but Poole is there at centre half-back, takes the mark, handball across to Rogers, in turn, back to Spencer, and away go the Cats again.
Spencer delivers to Couch, who has got a hectare between the wing and the half-forward flank, takes his time, goes towards the leading Ablett, who can't quite pick up the mark off the top of the grass. And with a couple of defenders against him, it's out over the boundary line and off Ablett's boot, so it's out on the full. And the free kick is to be taken by his opponent, Effelston, who gives a hand pass to Hawkins but puts him under pressure. They keep going across ground to Kennedy in front of the sticks. He gives a short foot pass and finds Hunter between back pocket and half-back flank. Just over 7 minutes into the second term. Geelong 7-6. Footscray 1 goal. Not a contest at the moment. Hunter over half-back. Spencer still being followed around by the ball. Brings it down to Atkins, who's kick smothered by Bairstow, who passes to Mansfield, who goes for goal. Great tackle, Hawkins. Stops him in his tracks. He breaks the tackle low and runs on and kicks a goal. Hawkins a bit stiff not to get a free kick for holding the ball, but the umpire deliberated, waited, and decided he didn't quite have clean purchase, hadn't fully retarded him, and so let it go, and Mansfield broke clear and kicked a goal. Coleman coming off, Reynolds coming on for Footscray, and courtesy of Mansfield's second goal, the Cats 8-6-54, the Dogs 1 goal only, as we check the score at Carrara. Clark Hansen.
Scores are level at the 6.5 minute mark of the third term. Brisbane 7-11, Carlton 7-11.
From the centre bounce, up they go again. Knocked down by Wine this time. Atkins claim, but he gets the handball away to Hawkins, who gets a high tackle. Coleman's off, but he's not very happy, being comforted by Jack McGovern down there. The kick by Hawkins in the half forward. Out comes Ballantyne, and is marked about 50 metres out from goal. Geelong 8-6-54. Footscray 1 goal. Kick by Atkins. Now Ballantyne will kick from just outside 50. In he comes, right in front of the town goal. Oh, it looks to be a very good kick. It just was about an ounce short. No, it's a goal. Wow. I thought that might have been knocked in front of the pack by Big Hooper, but it was over the line. It's a goal to Footscray, and it's kicked by John Ballantyne. Footscray second. They're 2 goals. Geelong 8 goals 6. Stan.
Yes, well, they really need to do something. I noticed Dougie Hawkins there. He's trying to give him a bit of a lift with that tackle down there before. It was a bit of bad luck, but he really went in and gritted his teeth. They need something here. They've just got to do something to upset this free-flowing cat machine.
And the first Footscray goal came about 6 minutes into the first term, and that one coming at about the 8.5-minute mark of the second. Now, they might get another one as they win it out of the centre. Atkins kicks long towards full forward. Ballantyne can't quite hang on to the mark. Rogers snatches the ball away from him and it is then forced over the line by Ballantyne, and it's going to be thrown in Footscray's left forward pocket. The Cats 8-6-54, the Dogs 2 straight goals, 14 scoring shots to 2, telling the story quite accurately. Hooper and Ballantyne do the ruck work. It comes down to Stephen Hocking, who overruns the ball. Door might be open for the Dogs. Royal's got it. Kicks into a teammate's back, though. It ricochets back out to half forward. First there is Baxter. Terrific pressure applied by the Cats. Great tackle. Stephen Hocking wins a free kick, and he shoots the hand pass off to Spencer.
Out wide, Spencer goes looking for Couch, but the ball has too much momentum after it hit the ground and goes over for a boundary throw-in on the wing on the highway side. Geelong 8-6-54. Footscray 2 straight goals. Clark Hansen quick score from Carrara.
Brisbane now have gone out to a 2-goal lead. Brisbane 9-11-65, Carlton 7-11-53.
From the throw-in, the ball knocked down by and hand pass to Liberatore to Cameron, who kicks the ball up towards the wing, taken there by Hocking. Handball across to Poole, who has the fumble, in fact dropped the ball. Gives the hand pass to Spencer. Spencer goes towards the point of the square. Stoneham up, can't mark. Hawkins there, couldn't get it. The ball comes to Mansfield. Spills to Forsman. Quick hand pass on to Simpson. Dodges around Foster. Foster applies the tackle, but it might be illegal in the finish. Well, he was tackled around the ankle and he's been called holding the ball. Crackers, what do you make of that?
Well, it was the wrong call. Obviously, he legged him.
He did. Foster's got the free kick at centre half-back, kicks the ball into the centre. Hand pass by Ford to Atkins. A hand pass out of the pack to Foster to Baxter. Baxter goes long in towards full forward. Stephen Hocking running with the flight of the ball. Just had half a metre on Brian Royal. Takes the mark and delivers a hand pass to Rogers. So the Cats out of trouble where they've got 2-on-1 on our broadcast wing. On the bounce it goes to Poole. Gives the hand pass across to Bairstow. Runs away from Ford. Bairstow kicks up towards Mansfield. Pushing it back by Keenan Reynolds, just on replacing Colton a short time ago. Advantage to Ablett. Ablett kicks it towards Brownless, but it's Mervyn behind the pack. Open goal and kicks it and puts it through. A late lunge by Mark Hunter failed. Mervyn had too much forward momentum and grubbed the ball through from about 12 metres out along the ground for the Cats' 9th. 9-6-60, the Footscray 2 goals. Clark at Carrara.
Brisbane 9-11-65, Carlton 7-11-53, 10.5 minutes gone, third term. Brisbane attacking as Ryan runs in now and will have a shot for goal. Now he centres the ball and O'Brien has marked in the goal area.
We'll get his kick from you in just a moment, Clark.
Sounding a bit serious for the Blues. Bounce of the ball at Cardinia Park, where it is very serious for the Bulldogs. They trail by 8 goals. Atkins puts Footscray into attack though. Ford picks up at half forward. Kicks to full forward and Ballantyne will be paid the mark. He got good purchase on it before Rogers arrived. And the umpire giving him the nod. Oh, and Rogers comes around and stands in a position which I reckon puts Ballantyne on a far more acute angle than he should have been. Really is an area that I think the umpires get caught out on because they don't arrive until late. Ballantyne comes in and kicks a goal and he has put it through. So well done. He's kicked 2 in this quarter. Playing only his 3rd game for the Bulldogs, 21-year-old from Bairnsdale. And he's got 2 of Footscray's 3 goals. Geelong 9-6-60, Footscray 3 straight 18. We're at the 13-minute mark. Clark, did O'Brien kick a goal?
Yes, he kicked his 2nd goal in this quarter. Brisbane Bears lead by 3 goals, 10-11-71 to Carlton, 7-11-53, and the Bears are going forward again. Kernahan off the ground. That's Stephen Kernahan with an injury.
Well, looks like young John Ballantyne kicked the 2nd goal then. He's got nice hands. We've watched him a fair bit in the seconds the last couple of years, and he's got his chance. And, oh, well, if they get the ball down quickly enough, they're a bit of a chance. But, oh, just the way they're playing, it's the umpire might help them out after a while.
A touch under 14 minutes in the second term here at Geelong. Home team 9-6, Footscray 3 goals. Centre bounce, and it's a beauty too. Up they go. Wind wins. Royal just had to wait for the bouncing ball a little bit too long. He's got one around the top right-hand shoulder. Liberatore's hand passed out of the pack though, but to the advantage of Hocking, who's grabbed it, gets the handball forward, picked up by Baxter, gives it across to Royal, who's recovered. Royal kicks up towards half forward. Up goes Brown. Almost took the mark. A chance there for Collinyuk. Hand pass on towards Wigney. Wigney's hand pass to Atkins. Atkins out wide. Gives it to Cameron. Runs inside 50 and Cameron kicks atrociously. It's out on the full to the right. Free kick to Rogers. A good build-up. Let down by a very bad kick on the run from Leon Cameron. Geelong 9-6-60. Footscray 3 goals, 18 points.
Umpire Fallett just having a word with Ablett. I hope it's not over the hip and shoulder he dished out to Brian Royal, because it was a beauty, and Royal came away grimacing and flexing his arm. He got him right down the side. Now Wigney for Footscray kicks wide to Hawkins on the half-forward flank, well inside the 50. Man on the mark, I'd say about 42 or 43 metres out. Stephen Hocking, that is. Wearing those oversized shorts that he seems to specialise in. They're a longer pair than your average pair of footy shorts these days. There's Douglas Hawkins, who was playing when they wore them down to their knees, it seems. Kicks in towards goal. It's across the face, though, and it's been marked for Geelong by Hooper between the goal and behind post over on the far side. And he's going to clear down the outer side of the ground, unless he decides to switch play, which he just might do. Half a call from Stephen Hocking. But now he has decided to go the orthodox route, and he delivers very long. He can kick the ball out towards Stoneham, can't mark. At the back, Poole fumbled, fights for the ball after it hits the ground. Atkins in there, though, making sure that he doesn't win it uncontested, and there's a ball up, or there will be, on Footscray's half-forward flank. Almost 16 minutes second term, 9-6 Geelong, Footscray 3 goals.
From the ball up, Hooper knocks it down, but straight to Collinyuk of Footscray. A centering kicking towards Ballantyne. One grab, but not the second. Hinkley, plenty of poise, runs out of centre half-back. Has a bounce, then delivers perfectly into the centre, but a bit too far for Ablett. It's trapped there by Mansfield, who breaks a tackle on his left boot, goes in towards Brownless and Kennedy, but Brownless has got it. He had the front position and too much leap and stretch. He's going to go short to Poole, who drifts down the ground, and Trevor Poole has marked about 15 or 16 metres closer to goal. Now he's about 10 or 12 metres out from the boundary, so the angle hasn't really been improved, and maybe Billy may have been better off just taking the kick himself. We'll wait and see. The Cats by 42 points. Poole, left half forward pocket, comes in, drop punch for goal. There's not much joy behind those goals at the Hickey stand end, which indicates that he's missed and through for a Cat behind. It's Geelong 9-7-61, Footscray 3 straight goals. Clark Hansen at Carrara.
Well, it's the Brisbane Bears leading by 5 goals, 12-11-83 to Carlton 7-11-53 at the 15.5-minute mark of the third quarter. Roger Merritt has kicked 4 goals in this quarter and has 5 for the match.
And the Blues led 4 goals to 1 at quarter time, so they've been absolutely taken apart since then, and that is a devastating result, or building up into one. He goes Footscray around the outer wing. Baxter drives them into attack towards the leading Ballantyne, who marks low down about 65 metres from goal, too far out to score. Baxter keeps coming and receives a hand pass. He kicks it towards full forward. Ford there with front position. It falls to Hooper, who gives a hand pass to Spencer. Runs into trouble, gives it to Rogers, who sweeps it wide to Couch. With the left boot, pokes it to Simpson, who's got it between the half-back and centre lines. Shapes to swing it out towards the boundary line, but then turns inboard and kicks into half-forward. Off the pack taken by Hogg. Put his head into a tackle. Dispossessed, taken by Forsman. Hand pass to Gary Hocking, who's bulldozed from behind. Gets a free kick. With the left boot, goes towards Brownless, who can't quite mark. Got it on his chest and then dropped it. Fights on. He's got the ball outside the 50. A hand pass to Merriman. Long kick towards full forward. Poole's got 2 against him, one of them Foster, and 1 was enough because Foster takes the mark.
Gets the hand pass away to Reynolds. Reynolds gives the hand pass to Hunter on the half-back line. Has a bounce, runs up towards 50, then kicks the ball around our broadcast side. Spencer lumbering after the ball. Good assist there from Hooper to get Ford out of the contest. Spencer turns, then kicks the ball down towards Couch, who marks on the half-forward line. A ferocious tackle under the circumstances from Kellett. Couch now from a standing start into centre half-forward. And Poole has taken the mark about 50 metres out from goal, and that's the second time in 90 seconds he has been totally unmarked. Brian Royal on the mark and just flexing that right shoulder of his. Now Poole right in front from 50. Goes long. It's directionally okay, and it's got plenty on it. It beats the pack and through for yet another Geelong goal. That time kicked by Trevor Poole. Score check at Cardinia Park. Geelong 10-7-67. Footscray 3 straight goals. Crackers.
Well, they're just letting him run on the forward line now. They went off the pace about 5 minutes ago, but they're back online. They've got to pick up their players, the Footscray backmen, if they're going to be in this game. And there was, as you said, Peter, there was plenty of space around him in the last 2 or 3 minutes. But nice convert by Trevor Poole.
49-point lead. Clark, a quick one from Carrara. Any change?
No, 12-11-83 Brisbane, 7-11-53 in the cheers for Roger Merritt, who has just marked wide of centre-half forward and has a chance of kicking his 6th goal and his 5th for the quarter.
Golly, what a week for Merritt after being part of Queensland's great win up there during the week. Now, Geelong deep into attack, but they'll be repelled here as Koliniuk dives on the ball and gets a free kick in the back pocket. Footscray under constant siege back there. He goes across the face of goal to Kellett, who steadies, hand passes to Baxter, who's in space, runs to half-back, kicks towards the wing to Liberatore, but it hits Stephen Hocking on the chest. He races away from Libba, kicks long towards Poole and Brownless, but carries their heads and their fingertips. Picked up by Hunter, a hand pass out to, Hogg, a hand pass to Baxter. He gets one off to Kellett. With the left boot, he kicks towards the wing, where Spencer almost pulls in a good mark. It falls to Ford. Can't do any business. Knocked on Geelong's way. Couch runs onto the ball. Hand pass to Bairstow. Tackle from Reynolds is good, though. Prizes the ball free for Liberatore. Hand pass to Hunter. Left foot kick under pressure back to midfield. Mansfield up, can't quite hang on to the mark. Fighting for it, Simpson, running the wrong way through the centre circle. Props now, kicks into half forward. Poole being bustled, can't mark. At the faller's Couch. Hand pass backwards to big George Forsman. With the left boot up towards full forward. Brownless and Kennedy. Kennedy brings it to ground and forces it through for a behind. Oh, talk about all one-way traffic. 10-9-69 Geelong. Footscray 3 straight goals at the 21-minute mark of the second term.
Kick in by Reynolds. Clark, did Merritt convert that scoring opportunity? Well, don't worry, as Baxter's got the ball on the half-back flank. Don't talk to me then. Kicks the ball from half-back up towards the centre. And the ball spills in front of the pack to Liberatore. Hand pass on to Atkins. A wide sweeping hand pass for Royal. Well, Hawkins intercepted, got it back to Royal, and Royal's, finishing product is not good off his wrong side. I think he's hurt himself. He's coming off, Brian Royal. So there may have been an excuse for that. Jamie Brennett is coming on, and after kicking that ball out of bounds on the full, Royal is coming off. Now, from the free kick, what's that, AC, is it? From the free kick by Rogers, been marked by Hooper. Flanagan hasn't been on the ground today. Hooper's kick from half-back to Stoneham. The spoil from Foster. In front of the pack there is Atkins, but weight of numbers as Couch gives a sweeping hand pass to Bairstow. Bairstow runs up to 50, lines up, goes long, nobody home, and puts it through for his 3rd goal. Geelong 11-8-74. Footscray 3 straight goals. Stan.
Yes, well, it is one way, as you mentioned, but I tell you one thing I've just liked in the last few minutes is that Gary Ablett really is doing a lot of the team things, a lot of the hard body work. He's running straight at the ball, knocking blokes over. I mean, that's why blokes like Bairstow really can just run 20 metres away from the action and just rely on the Couches and everybody else just to get the ball, and they just thump it with that handball out to him, and he's just finishing it off like icing on the cake.
Clark, I know you won't talk to Smooth. Will you talk to me and tell me whether they got another goal?
No, they didn't. 2 behinds. Brisbane 12-13-85, and Carlton have just kicked the behind. Their first score of the quarter, 7-12-54.
Thank you, Clark. It's easy when you know how smooth. A free kick to Ablett here for a high tackle. I suspect you were there, Clark, but the line mightn't have been open on that cross.
I can't take a trick. Clark not talking to me, and Jack Cameron just pointing out that Flanagan was only in the 23 but not in the 20.
A gasp from the crowd as Ablett unloads a mighty torpedo, and the best torpedo in the game. Brownless takes the mark, but he pushed Kennedy in the back, and he has been penalised. And what disappointment for the Cat fans who were loving it. Kennedy chips backwards with the left boot. Daring stuff from the veteran to another veteran, Hawkins, who doesn't let him down. Short passes to Liberatore, who looks for options outside him, but then kicks up towards the wing where Cameron gets into the back of Hinkley. And TMH, that man Hinkley, takes the free kick for Geelong and will put them not into attack. He just chips a little pass into Gary Hocking, who sat back and watched his teammates do a lot of it in this quarter. Probably only had about 8 possessions for the term. Eight, thanks, Jack. A hand pass to Spencer, who kicks into half forward. Strong tackling, Footscray defence at work here, and a ball up forced about 30 metres from Geelong's goal. The Cats 11-8-74. The Dogs 3 straight paltry, sad goals, 18.
Beyond 24 minutes in the second quarter, just 30 metres out. There's the ball up, knocked by Wind behind to Baxter. Good work. Handball Baxter out to Foster. By hand he goes to Liberatore, who runs outside 50, but grabbed there by Ablett. Gets the hand passed away to Eccleston. Eccleston kicks the ball up towards the centre. Jamie Grant arches his body. The ball comes down towards Hawkins, running the wrong way. Delays the hand pass and did it very well. Then with his left foot kicks up towards Ford, but Spencer is there, deflects the ball down. High tackle maybe by Brown on Wigney, and Wigney's got the free kick in front of our broadcast position near the players' race on the western side of the ground. Geelong 11-8-74. Footscray 3 goals. Kicked by Wigney. In towards centre half forward. 3-on-1. Hinkley goes up. Couldn't mark the ball. Soccer off the ground by Atkins to Liberatore, who kicks in towards full forward. A good bounce here required for Ford. He's got players around him. Can see someone in the goal square. That's Jamie Grant. Grant marks, plays on, and kicks a goal for Footscray. Jamie Grant just a couple of minutes ago, replacing Brian Royal. Footscray's 4th goal. Geelong 11-8-74. Footscray 4 straight goals. Geelong's lead 50 points. Clark Hansen at Carrara.
24 minutes gone, third term. Brisbane 12-13-85. Carlton a goal through Satoria, 8-12-60.
25-point lead to the Bears with just over a quarter to go at Carrara. We're in time on now in the second term at Cardinia Park. And despite that Footscray goal, it is all the Cats. They lead by 50 points. Hooper gets the knock, but yes, it will provide Geelong with the ball. Mansfield bursts out of the centre with the right boot, goes to Ablett, awkward half volley, pokes the foot at it and works it on to Bairstow, but it won't bounce for him. And Reynolds, playing him closely, takes the ball out over the boundary line, and it will be thrown in at the 50. Geelong in attack, right half forward flank. On the grandstand side, Stoneham in ruck against Wind, who's had a pretty tough day. Stoneham gets a lovely knock to Forsman. A hand pass to Ablett. Hasn't kicked a goal yet. Unloads a long one, but can't get enough hook on it. And it's through for a behind, and he still needs 4 for his 500 in league football. Geelong 11-9-75. Footscray 4 straight goals, 24.
Kick in by Kennedy to Eccleston, who's really got to hurry the last couple of steps to get there and mark it on the halfback flank beneath the scoreboard on the highway side at the river end. The kick by Eccleston around that highway wing. Up goes Brown and also Wigney. The ball goes behind them both. Couch can't control it, and it's over for a boundary throw-in. Geelong 11-9-75. Footscray 4 straight goals. We are beyond 27 minutes in the second quarter here at Cardinia Park. The Cats led by 30 points. Change being made. Just can't see it for the moment. Got the glasses on the outer side.
Ablett coming off.
Ablett coming off, is he? And Darcy's coming on. There'll be a ball up on the outer side. Do you think he took enough care with that last kick? I'm just wondering why he may be coming off the ground. Anyway, we'll wait and see. As the ball is kicked by Hooper up towards centre half forward. The ball knocked down to Poole. The Cats go forward again. Oh, it's a high ball in towards Brownless, arching his body. Darcy just on, gets a possession. Handball across to Couch from about 30 metres outside. Steps around Hunter, goes for goal and has put it through. Paul Couch kicking the goal. Almost 3 minutes into added time in the second quarter. The Cats bursting well clear now. 12-9-81. The Footscray 4 straight goals. Stan.
Well, Peter, it's almost like just a raffle up on that forward line. I think that's one of the pluses about this Geelong side. They've got great key forwards. We know all about them, but their running players get down there and they'll kick goals. And also the likes of Forsman, Merriman and those people, they're not overawed. They get into the act and, it's not a 3-pronged attack. It's about a 10-pronged attack at the moment.
12-9 to 4 goals. Clark, have you reached three-quarter time?
No, 26 and a half minutes gone in the third term. Brisbane 12-13-85. Carlton 8-12-60.
Oh, Forsman's just been tackled very high, head down over the ball, and got no free kick. And meanwhile, Bairstow's been hurt. He's picking himself up very ruefully and slowly. Merriman, though, has taken a splendid mark for the Cats. On the half-forward line, about 45 metres out. And there's a bit of a tangle on as well. So suddenly there are little things to watch all over the ground.
I think Dougie's trying to unsettle young Hocking. That's what's happening.
And the emergency umpire, Panozzo, is out there as Merriman comes in and kicks at goal, puts it across the face and through for a behind. The Cats 12-10-82. The Dogs 4 goals straight, 24. Smooth, I think you had a look at Bairstow through the glasses. What seemed to be the trouble there?
I couldn't tell, Tim. 3 trainers came out. He took a long time to get up. I think he may have been just winded. Crackers, did you assess it that way?
I just think he copped a pretty hard one, and just he's had a lot of football lately.
Geelong 82, Footscray 24, close on half-time, kick in by Kennedy, doesn't find its mark. Brendel is on the end of a hand pass but dropped it, picked up by Forsman. The Cats go forward again. Brownless sets himself up there, behind the pack. Darcy picks up the crumbs, just sockers the ball towards goal, but it rolls just a bit to the right and through for a behind. So Tim Darcy only on again. Bit of a box on. Let's get the glasses up. 20 metres out from goal. That's Geelong's goal. The umpire instructs Hogg, by the way, Stan, to kick the ball in and get play going. Good umpiring, and he finds Kellett on the half-back line. In the meantime, is that Hawkins getting up the last to get up? So Dougie's fired up.
Rick Kennedy started.
Did he really? Yeah. Kellett's mark, kicked the ball up towards the wing on our broadcast side. Hinkley up, couldn't mark, and it's over and out. It's almost half-time here, 30 minutes in the quarter. It's Geelong 12-11-83 with 23 scoring shots to 4. Footscray scoring shots, 4 straight goals.
Emergency umpire Panozzo was giving Dougie Hawkins a very serious dressing down, and Dougie put his arm around him, and it seemed to disarm the umpire somewhat. Geelong into attack. Brownless lunges after a ground level mark. He thought it was his. It hasn't been paid. Picked up by Forsman. Georgie snaps at goal and puts it through for his second, and Stanley likes it. And the Cats at 13-11-89. The Dogs are 4 straight goals, and because that goal was earned in a fairly fierce scrimmage, tempers erupting again. Umpire Fallett talking to Rick Kennedy. Emergency umpire Panozzo talking to Brownless and then Kennedy. And Smooth, you've got the glasses on. I wonder what the upshot of that is.
I'm not sure. I think Kennedy had a fair bit to do with it, of course, but Brownless, to his credit, stood his ground in that exchange. A lot of pushing and shoving going on, and feet around Kennedy's body too, but none made contact just as well. From the centre bounce, Hooper wins, knocks the ball past Stoneham, up towards half-forward, but in the way there is Hunter. Kicks the ball back towards the centre where the siren signals half-time. A tremendous quarter by Geelong. In that quarter, they added a total of 8 goals, 5 to Footscray, 3 straight goals. And at half-time here at Cardinia Park, it's a lead to Geelong of 65 points. So they led by 30 at quarter-time and now by nearly 11 goals at half-time. 13-11-89. What's happening, Stan, to Footscray? 4 straight goals.
Rick Kennedy is surrounded by 4 Geelong players who's being escorted, and Dougie Hawkins is running to make it 2-5.
Big red Stonehams down there. I wouldn't go near him.